Hi, it's Mark with Shellrock. I'm making this video specifically for our real estate companies that we have. This is how to maintain and to add new agents to virtual extensions. So virtual extensions, basically think of them as speed dials, the way that I use them for real estate companies. A call comes in, the attendant gets the call and then uses Starscope to transfer the caller to somebody's cell phone directly. So we use these virtual extensions. They're set up to not go to voicemail. They simply ring out to the person's cell phone. If the agent doesn't answer the call goes to the agent's cell phone's voicemail. There's just a few tricks that you need to know when you're setting these up. So I'm going to show you now. First thing you're going to do is you're going to log in to the portal. You're going to log into portal.startostar.com up here. Enter your email address and your password. And when you get there, it's not going to look like this. It's going to look like this. It's going to have your company name right here. And underneath extension numbers, you have basic settings. You have extension numbers. Under extension numbers, when system loads and you go in here, there's a bunch of these virtual extensions that are all made here. These are pre-made for you. You can't add them. We have to add them for you, but you can modify them. So the example here is we have a test virtual extension number. Click on edit. You can see that I have a fake client here. The user is test1 Taylor, and there's the email address, and there's the name on the virtual extension. This will be the same name that pops up and populates your Starscope. So a couple things notice is we have the voicemail here is disabled, and that way we don't get any erroneous voicemails to this caller. So you're here, and what you need to do is you need to get rid of, reuse this one. Maybe this person has left, or maybe it's a blank one. Maybe you have 4 or 5 extra spares that are pre-programmed for you, or a lot of times agents cycle in and cycle out, so you can go and find one that you have used before, but that person has left your company, so you can go in there and recycle it. So let's say someone does leave. What you want to do is you want to come in here and you want to go, okay, this person has left. Let's make it now a no user, and we'll just put vacant. If I can spell vacant. There we go. So we got vacant, and we'll save our changes here. So now we go down here. We know that this particular agent is gone, and we've made it part of our process when they leave to get their virtual extension and label it as vacant. Go back in there, we can see that there's no user and it's vacant, but this extension number is still available. So the person now is new, comes into the company. You're going to go and find these vacant ones that you've labeled as vacant. In this case, we're going to go right back to here. We're going to hit edit. We're back in here, so what we're going to do is we're going to assign a new user. So you add new user, and we're just going to go with test 3, last name. I'll put Taylor. Oh, I'll put Smith this time. How's that? And then we're going to put their email address. Even though you're not going to need their email address, it's always good to have it. The system won't. The system has to have an email address in here. So even if you don't use the email address, you can put a fake one in there, or you can use a real one. So we'll just use test2@kw.com. Okay. And then the important thing is you want to put their phone number here. Okay. So we've got their first name, their last name, their email address, and their cell phone number, including area code. And we're going to go ahead and add the user. That assigns it to this spot here. So now we can change the name to Test 2 Smith. And we're checking everything. We've got the user's email address. The extension number will not change, but we have their name, which will appear on the little bubble in Starscope 2. And we're going to make sure that voicemail is set to no. And we can hit Save Changes. We've added, now when we did click the first save, we actually just added the user. And now we're going to click the second save here. And this will actually assign that user to this extension number. So I'm clicking Save. Now we go back in and look at it. We can see now the name is correct. It's no longer Test 1 Taylor. It's Test 2 Smith. Same virtual extension number. You can see here's all the information, okay? Like we wanted it. Now we hit Return and go down to Individual Phone Settings, okay? Individual Phone Settings, click on this and find that same user you just modified, in this case, Test 2 Smith, and you need to forward their extension, their virtual extension, to their cell phone all the time. To do that, underneath this individual phone settings, you're going to click on Find Me, Follow Me. In this case, it was already enabled. It may look like this when you get there. You need to click on Enable, and you're going to click on Find Me, Follow Me Immediate, and you're going to click on their phone number. And this is the new phone number right now. The new phone number is the 232-1234. And we want to make sure that the send forwarded calls to this number for is the default is 20 seconds, but you need to make it 60 seconds. So what happens is when we do have our virtual extension, the 2113, forwarded to this cell phone number down here, that it will ring for 60 seconds. If it's 20, it's going to pull the call back and it won't go to the person's cell phone. So we want to make sure that this has to be set to 60. It's very important. So again, just reviewing, enabling Find Me, Follow Me. You want Find Me, Follow Me Immediate. You want to make sure that it's set to 60 seconds right here. And you want to make sure that the correct phone number is right there, that the little dot is on the correct phone number, and hit Save Changes. Once you've done all that, you're going to click the big save to push all the saves that or changes that you've just made up into the portal. It'll take about 2 minutes after you click this particular Save Changes to System. If you have other virtual extension numbers you need to modify or check, do all that first and then click the Save Changes last. Once you've made all your changes, save it, because you can't make changes for about another 5 to 10 minutes once you click this option here. So what I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to go ahead and return here to my extensions, go down to my virtual extension that this customer has. I'm going to click Edit, and I'm going to go ahead and make it say vacant. No user, vacant, and save these changes. That way they can come back and modify it later if they get an extra agent in here. Okay, I'll probably add a couple more here in a minute. And while we're at it, we can go back to the individual phone settings and disable the Find Me, Follow Me, so there's no stray calls. Okay, turn that off, hit Save Changes. On the virtual extension, if you wanted to, inside the office, you could dial 2113 and it would go to that person's cell phone number. Okay, I'm going to hit the big save. Big save is taking place now. Can't make any other changes for about 15 minutes, which is usually about 10 minutes really. The changes will take effect in about 2 to 5 minutes, but I can't modify them anymore for about 10 minutes. If I do click the big save, it's going to give me a little warning saying, hey, you can't do it for another 5 minutes. Okay? So that is it. If you have any questions or comments, just give us a holler here at the help desk. And email us at shotrock. It's called helpdesk@shotrock.com. Helpdesk@shotrock.com. SHOTROK.com. All right, thanks.